Hey, what's up, everyone? This is a social breakdown, and I'm out here, and I'm with Cherry the Styles is me. And we're gonna talk about everything that's happening in America that's affecting my communities, that's affecting your neighborhood, that's affecting racial broad lines, and these ain't talking just about that. We're talking about other social issues that might be affecting overseas or whatever. But I'm gonna be doing this podcast, video, blogger type situation for a couple weeks. See how it works out. This is my first one, so bear with me, and we'll have to take it from there. I'm gonna have Cherry speak upon a few issues that we was talking about earlier. See, me and her was talking about what we seen in last week. We seen in Ferguson, right?
Yes.
And and that whole situation, how I had a police officer did that young man, and the after effects of what the people and stuff done. But I'm gonna pour me a quick drink real quick. I already had pre-poured.
I feel that us black folks need to come together, do something about this because it's getting outrageous. It just seems like police just killing all us black folks. Parents out here have to grieve over their kids for no apparent reason, and the police just getting away with it. So us black folks, you know what I'm saying, we need to get up, stand up, and say something about this because they're gonna keep doing this. So
What you mean? Do what about what?
do about them killing us black folks. It seems like we can't even walk down the street, or black guys can't really walk down the street without them feeling intimidated as they feel like they probably have guns on them, which they don't.
So you saying white folks feel intimidated of
Yeah.
black men?
Yes, that's how I'm feeling right now because how the way they just killing them for no apparent reason.
Well, there was a reason.
But they still shouldn't have to kill them. They ain't like they got guns, putting the guns out on them. No. People have cell phones and they feeling these guns, but it's not. And then when they kill them, they don't even give a care. When they find out it was a cell phone. Oh, wow. But they still getting away with it, though. Really, it's just a shame to me.
Yeah, I was looking at like I said, I was looking at what they had brought up. I'm going on my phone right now, and I'm gonna read an article that was on MSN. They said a young African American male was shot 6 times by the Missouri Ferguson Police Department. From what the people are saying, they said that the young man had his hands up. Don't shoot. Dude getting shot multiple times, and the police steady empty on him.
And what's the reason for them doing that? I really would like to know what they said about that. And he had his hands up. See what I'm saying? Getting outrageous.
I know it's an old issue, but it's not old. The riots happened a couple of weeks ago. I call it a riot because the people are upset. If you mad about something, that means you react. You go out there and that anger inside you just want to go out there and hurt somebody. We have peaceful protesters out there, but at the same time you had a few people which I call agitators. Fox News was out there paying people to slander Michael Brown name and say he was the aggressor. Now, who would do something like that?
And they don't even really know the real thing that happened. They just going back he say, she say stuff. It's just getting outrageous, y'all. It's getting outrageous.
So at the end of the day, if Fox News is agitating the rioters, and I know there's gonna be a few people out there that probably doing some underhanded shit.
But they don't have to kill them. If you don't see no gun, if they ain't put no gun out on you and they ain't shooting at you, what's the reason for you doing it?
I'm not talking about Michael Jones. I'm talking about the looting and the riots. You know what I'm saying? What the people was doing down there. Like I said, the people was looting and rioting down there. But look at the response. Look at the response that that the Ferguson Police Department and the surrounding county law enforcement done. I was, you know what I'm saying, I served the military. And one thing I noticed down there is that the police officers was better prepared than our military in some aspects. When I looked at them, I didn't look at them as police officers. I looked at them as soldiers. It's like it's an occupying force. Like these people live in their communities, and you drop a tear gas on their front line. You shooting rubber bullets at people without weapons, or you shooting rubber bullets at them without them agitating you. If these people got their hands up, why in the fuck, excuse my language, I'm going to say anyway, why in the fuck did you shoot them with a shotgun shell and they ain't doing nothing to you?
Exactly.
Granted, I believe in law enforcement. I believe there should be some law and order. I believe that those that was doing wrong should have been locked up and arrested.
Exactly. But no, they still letting them have their job. For what? So they go out here and keep killing. I think that's what they like, but that's not cool.
What I was talking about, baby, was law enforcement having the right to enforce the law.
Right.
Law enforcement have the right to enforce the law in Ferguson and St. Louis counties. But my thing is that if they are not agitating the situation, there's no reason for law enforcement to shoot people with rubber bullets, dropping tear gas on people front lines because they locked down the whole community. People in the community, this wasn't no field, this wasn't no this wasn't the stadium. These are people's streets. Law enforcement was blocking businesses. How in the hell do you have the right to block local businesses for people coming in, except for your departments that was down there on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
It just don't make no sense to me. So I look back and I'm trying to figure out where would this go now? How far will the police take it in the future? As we've seen, Ferguson was just the start of what they are capable of doing in this country. And if you look at what they just did, they right now have an after action report about what could they do next, how can they do it better, and how can they maximize them cutting the protesters off. What happens to the First fucking Amendment? Freedom of speech. Ain't nobody down there had no gun, but they said somebody was shooting. Only bullets that hit anybody was a young local woman that was grazed in her head. Not by the protesters, but by the local police departments that was on the ground out there. You wanted to shoot. You wanted to have a massacre.
Happy trigger police.
They wanted genocide, in my opinion. But you know what? What could we do as activists? I'm an activist. I'm not a revolutionary. I'm an activist for change. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give a shout out to the Hands Up organization, and also the Moment to a Movement. The moment happened when Michael Brown got killed. That's the moment.
That is all started.
That's how it all started. But let's take that moment that happened, as bad as it was, and let's try to do something different with it. I don't know if y'all remember the Gen 6, the young black man that was in Louisiana that got locked up for defending themselves against agitators, racist young men that was agitating them for months. Eventually, them boys was all charged as adults for second degree not manslaughter, but strong arm, beating down white guys.
See?
And they hit them with the harshest charges. And a nation of people of color round up around these guys to make sure that they didn't do that to our people.
But I bet you they won't kill their own colors, the white people. No, they're not gonna do that. They still going back in the days, killing what they used to do back in the days, slavery, racist shit, and they really need to stop this. Because now it feel black folks just feel they feel kind of scared when they see the police. It's just a shame to me. And we really need to do something about this, y'all. Let's stand up and talk about this. Real talk.
We need to have a conversation now. So let me ask you a question. As you see what happened in Ferguson, Missouri, what do you think should be the outcome of what happened with the police officer, Darrell Wilson? That Darrell Wilson was the guy that actually shot Michael Brown.
He needs to be in jail and lose his job, point blank.
Why?
Because why he killed the boy? He didn't have to kill him. As people say, Michael supposed had, grabbed the police out trying to take his gun. But nobody really know what happened. But the police shot him anyway because he said he was trying to take his gun. And I guess the police thought he was trying to kill him too, so he just killed the boy. That's what I heard, but I really don't know. So I feel he needs to go to jail and lose his job and sit in there for a long time. Really.
Well, I feel you on that one.
Now, how you feel?
Well, I feel, goddammit, Darrell Wilson, first off, there's a lot of key factors that didn't happen, and we still don't got a lot of answers.
Right.
First off, I believe with the evidence that was suggested and brought upon us so far, right now the only thing we got is the autopsy. We got the distance from the body of Michael Brown to the vehicle. It was over 30 feet. Okay, we got that. We got witnesses, 2, maybe 3. I believe it's 3 witnesses that seen Michael Brown struggling at the window like he was pulling away from the car.
Right.
And he tried to get away. And they saying this police officer jumped out of the vehicle and he pulled his service weapon off from the holster and shot at him. And Michael Brown turning around, hands up again, hands up, and the police officer continued shooting at him numerous times. And the one thing I don't understand is that he got a bullet on top of his head.
Wow.
Now, being a forward thinker, I think that this man gets shot, he might have his hands up, and he was falling down,
Shot him back.
and he kept, and as he falling forward, he continued shooting, so he let all his rounds out of his weapon. I'm not sure what type of weapon he had, but you got to think about tunnel vision and the moment that this guy was continuing shooting the weapon. I go to the gun range all the time, and when I'm squeezing off rounds, I'm gonna squeeze them till all gone. I'm thinking that he had a Glock, and shot over 8 rounds in service rifle, a service weapon. Yeah, probably 4 or 5, maybe it was a 9. I think he emptied the whole clip out. People saying they heard 6 shots. He got hit with 6 rounds. 6 bullets was recovered from the thing, including what was shot out in the vehicle.
Right.
And that's another piece of information. Now I'm hearing all this shit right here. That sounds to me like murder.
And I hear they ain't got the right pictures of the boy and everything.
And my whole thing, like, what can prevent the public from going all the way in the future of situations like this happening again? Now, again, to the first question that she asked me, Cherry, I think that this guy should not be on administrative leave getting paid. I think this man should be sent to somebody's county jail.
Mm-hmm.
I think this man needs to be sitting somewhere thinking about what he's doing, getting a lawyer. If any of us killed a police officer, we'll be in jail or dead.
Exactly.
So why would this man have the luxury of preparing himself and all this stuff? And you know, I'm gonna check my phone again.
Police. Okay.
Let me check my phone again. They said this. Hold on. They said this guy, Daryl Wilson, had a broken eye socket. A broken eye socket. How did this man get a broken eye socket when everybody that looked at this man's reaction when he got in the car, like he wasn't holding his face, he wasn't hurling on down, he didn't like he was injured. This man looked like he was cool. Now my thing is, this is the cover up. This is the cover up. He got to his police station after everything was said and done. And his buddies at his station house decided we gotta make this shit look good. So we got to hit you in your face and make it seem like he had did something to you. Because you got a black eye, or your face kind of got bruises on it, we can say he done it. Mm-hmm. Because you know why? Because the police in Ferguson don't got dash cams on their vehicles for accountability. Ferguson Police Department don't got labeled body cams recording the interaction with the public. See, police officers or police stations throughout the nation that don't want those, they know their guys are a little under the weather. That's the only reason that these police stations nationwide don't want body cameras or dash cams.
They know.
Because they know that they fucked up.
Yep. Exactly.
How the hell are you interacting with me in the public, but you don't got no recording suggesting that I did anything wrong? If I did something wrong, you have body cam. That means that you was in the right.
Yep.
If you had a dash cam, we would have seen the whole shooting in this building.
Mm-hmm. No, they know what they doing.
Of course, some of these departments, they know they got people on their force that's a little heavy-handed. Mm-hmm. Some of these police departments throughout the nation know that some of the guys are a little rough under the weather. Some of these police departments throughout the nation know the guys got racial tendencies and predominant African American communities.
That's why they let them get away with it.
And they out there doing what the fuck they want to do. Mm-hmm. So here we are now throughout our country, because we all Americans. When I don't say African American, I'm an American like you. I'm American just like you. And goddamn it, and I'm just keeping it 100. Are we not brothers? One thing I realized when I was in the military is that the one thing they said, we all bleed green. As Americans, we all bleed red. We all would die for our country. We all live in this country. We all make moves for this country to make it a better place. But why do the African American man and woman is subjected to the same racial tones of Jim Crow that was taking place in the Reconstruction era all the way up to the 50s and 60s? Mm-hmm. Hey, baby, let me drink real quick.
Just bring it here, book.
Yeah, bring it in real quick. So here we are. Here we are. And we're talking about it. Breaks ice too. So here we are. And we trying to make different moves and trying to be integrated and all that good stuff. And I'm going to talk about another touchy subject when it comes down to politics. You don't see nobody in the Republican atmosphere talking about what happened. Everybody want to talk about Obama not doing more to come down to check out what's going on in Ferguson. We got an over-militarized police department from several counties that locked down the town, and the brothers and sisters that was in Missouri, Ferguson, was still going all the way in. My thing is, what can we do to change that for the future? And how it go affect nationwide what just happened? Let's make this a moment to a movement. Hands up. If I don't got no weapon, I got my hands up, that means I'm surrendering. My thing is, how can we change law enforcement thinking nationwide? My thing is, again, if police departments do have a shooting, they always leave it up to their departments or the state police to investigate these type of shootings. Okay. Think about it though, are they impartial? Are they partial? Are they for their departments or are they not for the departments? Are they got influences from outside factors or they don't got influences? Internal affairs is a joke nationwide. The same departments that's investigating their police officers for shootings work for the same mayor. And the mayor don't want no lawsuits. The mayor don't want none of this. So why is the internal affairs for the same police department investigating officers that probably eat and sit down and have drinks together every goddamn weekend? So that'd be one of my things right there that needs to change. Like I said again, I'm talking about change for law enforcement nationwide. If there's a shooting that seems suspect, the local police department should not be investigating their own people. It should be brought up to a state agency that's not close by the department. And if they got racial undertones with it, it should be handled by the FBI. The FBI should be the only one investigating, from the crime scene to evidence to the first 24 hours or the first 2 hours, if possible, photographing everything that happened. So, you know, what can we do? What could the nation do better? Right now, we want to heal. We want to heal. Hey, where that drink at, baby? Like I said, the nation, we want to heal. But how can we heal when we don't got the right answers? You know, I can go through a list of people that had got killed in the last 3 years, of people that had suspected murders happened to them by the police departments. There was a guy in Arkansas. He was in the backseat of a police car, and they said that this man shot himself with handcuffs in the right temple, and he's left-handed. How can you shoot yourself? How can you shoot yourself? My thing, how can you shoot yourself in the right temple, handcuffed, in the backseat of a police cruiser? Very interesting. Very interesting. Another guy, Chicago, Illinois. a young black woman, I think in 2013, was in Douglas Park on the west side of Chicago. A police officer decided that they're making too much noise. They're making too much noise on the block at a park. Again, at a park. And this police officer decided to ride out there driving in his unmarked vehicle and decided to, he felt fear for his life. I'm so scared. I'm scared to death of these black kids, the young black people, not kids, young black men and women, mid-20s, decided that he gonna pull his service weapon from the passenger side of the car and decide to dump or discharge his weapon at the crowd. So that means you like this, and I'm driving, mind me driving, I'm right there, I'm looking on the side, and I pull my gun, pointed on the passenger side, and decided to shoot. Shot the young woman in the head, shot another young man in the hand. Who does that? That's fucked up. Another young man also, I forgot what city he was in. I think it was Louisiana. I think it was just recently. I think in March 12, 2014. Another young African American male handcuffed in the back seat of the vehicle, and they said this young man shot himself in the back of the cruiser in the chest. He shot himself in the chest with his hand when he handcuffed from the back. How can you shoot yourself? How the fuck can you shoot yourself in your chest with your hands are handcuffed in the back? How did not the police department not check to see if he found him down with no weapon? They found drugs. How the hell you found drugs but you can't find a gun? But the police department covered it up. They called it suicide. How can a man kill himself? How can it be considered suicide if you're handcuffed? It don't make no sense. And I keep on thinking about all the shit that's going on in this country. And I'm just talking about a few cases that I noticed that happened recently. So, I'm looking like, okay, how can we possibly do some type of changes that might affect that? And I'm not racist, and the people I hope that that's talking to me or listening will hear some of an angry black man that's taking care of his business. I'm successful. You might say, don't look at this as a thug. I'm not. Far from it. But I just want to go ahead and say that what can we do differently to change this type of behavior nationwide? It's getting to a point right now that ain't nothing changing. A woman got killed in Chicago, got shot in the head by a police officer from the passenger, from the driver's side of the vehicle. He thought she had a weapon. Michael Brown, we don't know all the facts. Again, we don't know all the facts that's taking place with that. So I really ain't going to talk too much about it. Because we don't know all the facts, we don't know everything that's going on. But I will say, if a man do got his hands up, that means stop, right?
Right.
Do it, baby. Do it. Get the camera, get the camera, get the camera. Okay. Hands up means stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hands up means stop.
So why would you still shoot somebody if their hands up?
I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna get some interactions from whoever's listening, and if you want to talk, I'm online. I'm online to answer your questions.
You do it like that too. Like I just read an article on an old lady was walking from the grocery store, You know, she had a cane. That's all she in a bag in her hand. So, you know, she out there fussing with some other lady. You know how old folks get sometimes. Maybe she just fussing at the lady. So I guess somebody called the police. So as the lady was walking away, and the other old lady was walking too, but she was on the other side of her. So the police pulled up, and they told the old lady to stop. So she was telling them, why should I stop? I ain't did nothing. I was talking to the lady over there. So all of a sudden they come toward the old lady and start grabbing her and slam the lady to the ground and bust the back of this lady's head for no apparent reason. For no apparent reason. I think she was like 86 years old.
So you talk about police. You talk about police brutality.
Yeah, now I'm talking about police brutality. But still, they didn't have no right doing her like that. She didn't did nothing at all. She just stood there when they told her to stop, and all she said was she ain't did nothing. Was over there just talking to the lady, and then they came towards her and just slammed her on the ground.
Who was that?
The back of her head. I think it was in
Chicago.
No, it wasn't in Chicago. I think it was in Arizona, California. No, it was in California. Yeah, it happened a couple of days ago. Yeah.
You
So
know,
imagine you walking down the street or your kids, and you never know what will happen. That's why we need to stand up and say something about this mess.
well, it's good to talk about.
Talk about it.
This is what I consider dialogue. Dialogue is us having a conversation about what can we do different to affect change. Only if people are willing to have a discussion. What type of discussion can we have? Are those willing to have a discussion with us or organizations that represent a broader range of people of color? If people ain't willing to have this type of conversation about race in America or have a discussion about what's affecting African American communities, how can we have a broader change that will affect nationwide? Because what's happening in Ferguson, you have protesters in New York City that happened with the Eric Gardner case. You have a situation about the man that happened in L.A. and a recent situation that happened in St. Louis when a young man, a mental case. Behavioral health situation where a guy has psychological issues and the police are not properly trained to deal with certain situations when it comes down to the general public. I know as a police officer you have to probably eliminate the threat, but what happened if you just step back? Was anybody else in immediate danger?
Right.
Can you step back from the situation and observe? The situation happened in St. Louis when the guy got shot to death. They said he had a weapon. He had a knife. I seen 2 videos. And I read the police statement saying that the guy had an overhand fist about to stab him. Like I said, the guy was a mental health case, but from the video I seen, the guy stood his ground. He walked close to him, but not in immediate striking distance to do anybody harm to any police officer. Well, I did see they shot him over 12 times. It was no reaction with no tasers or no batons or the quick observation to see if he had a weapon or not. When I was in the military, we had something called rules of engagement. Now, the military rules of engagement was a whole lot different from the police department. But if they treated the rules of engagement like the military, you would have a set way of standards when it comes to engaging a target before you take them down. And I think that needs to change long term in the future. But again, I'm online. If anybody want to ask me a question, hit me up. Feel free. I'm here. It doesn't matter. If you're racial, that doesn't affect me. If you represent some organization, hey, ask me a question. This question and answer time now. So I give y'all about a minute, and we're about to fill up on our drinks and have a good time. Talk to us. I'm on here for an hour, so let me know what's happening.
All right.
Baby might want to say something, but talk about something that's current.
No, what else?
Okay.
I don't know what else.
like I said, I'm on live. If y'all want to ask me a question, I'm on here. And it's a question time.
Hope y'all enjoy our little broadcast.
I said I got one viewer. If you want to get online and you want to speak upon at the broadcast, you can actually get on right now if you choose to, and we have a face-to-face.
You say the other thing.
Huh?
You still on there?
Yeah, still up. Look on my phone.
On that phone.
I want to bring up something I seen earlier. I seen something earlier today that I wanted to share. I wanted to share on my Facebook page. Put a lot of current events on there. And I want to share that with you all. I'm going to read a newspaper article from what happened in a small town. It's, you probably can't see it. I'll put it out there anyway. I'm going to read it. Black 19-year-old lady shot, killed by South Carolina police officer. Now listed as suicide. The death of the 19-year-old man allegedly shot, killed by South Carolina police officer has been officially listed as suicide. According to the Charleston City paper, Charleston Police Chief Greg Mullen said August 18th that there is no evidence that Officer Jamal Mellon fired a shot that killed Denzel Cornell on June 20th. Cornell said Cornell was armed at the scene of the shooting and that the police took a weapon from the scene as evidence. However, multiple witnesses who lived in nearby apartment complex told the newspaper the man ordered Cornell to lie on the ground, put his hands behind his head as he walked through the Charleston Bridgeview Village apartments. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to read that one more time. However, multiple witnesses who live in nearby apartment complexes said Cornell put his hands behind his head. And a police officer told him to lay it down on the ground. And they said Cornell complied with everything this police officer told him to do. Officer Medina, Medellin or whatever, they shot him in the back. And the officer ruled as a suicide. How can a man that be laying on the ground? He complied with everything the officer told him to do. The officer told him to lay down, put his hand behind his back. How in the fuck did his officer still shoot? And the police chief listed as a suicide. Did the man twitch? And the officer felt trigger happy and decided he wanted to shoot him with him laying on the ground? It's a damn shame, man. That's all I'm saying. But long term, what could we do to change that type of behavior nationwide? There got to be some type of accountability. The accountability that's happening right now is not working. This what's going on in this country only gonna get worse. They talking about the riots and the looting and the protesting in Ferguson only gonna get worse. Now, what if that happened in Chicago with 10 times the city population? What happened in New York City or something like that? Something like that happened with a population of almost 5 million African Americans. Happened in Chicago with a population of almost 1 million African Americans and the surrounding communities. It's gonna be a bloodbath. Ferguson, Ferguson is a city of 22,000, with a population of African Americans of 14,000, with probably only probably about 3,000 people was calling all that ruckus, and had almost 5,000 police officers that's dressed like military police officers on the scene. It just don't make no sense. We need to do something. We need to do something different. We need healing. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting tired of these black conservatives riding with the establishment like they some fucking some house niggas. Yeah, I said it. Those that's riding with the establishment, that's going along with what the police saying, and not having no outside opinion about what just happened, I consider them house niggas. The black conservatives are house niggas. Whereas people with a voice of opinion that seen and observed some person kill African American, I consider them standing up for their ground. Them are field niggas. I know that the analogy is not correct, but at the same time, though, it fit the part for right now. That's how I feel. It is what it is. I just won't change. And we can't have change without dialogue. We can't have dialogue. We can't have results. If we don't got results, the same shit gonna happen again. And the same shit happening again might be worse. Next time, the same police officer that was over militarized in Missouri might potentially next time open up on the crowd. Now, what if they open up on the crowd with M16? It's gonna be another cover up because they're gonna say somebody shot at them. They're gonna say somebody shot at them in the fucking crowd, and they know they didn't. They probably have police officers, someone in the background, open up a couple of rounds in the air, and these over eagerly hyper fucking police officers that dress like military, thinking they soldiers, will shoot the whole fucking crowd up. Now, how America gonna look if majority of these white men in military uniforms down there shoot the whole fucking crowd up? Eventually, you're gonna have running gunning tactics of the people in the populace gonna start running gunning at police officers throughout the country. Everybody want law enforcement to do their job, but what happens if the civilians start getting militarized also, and they decide that they want to start doing hit and run tactics on police officers throughout the nation? Because that's exactly what's gonna happen. You know, I'm just keeping it 100.
I think that
if this steady keep on going on and nothing change, no accountability, the civilian population will go uprise against the local police departments throughout the nation. There's gonna be more protesting. It's gonna be more rioting, and you're gonna have more police officers probably getting killed. That's just the reality of the whole situation. So, again, what we need to do now is heal. We need to have for African Americans or people of color, just not black, Hispanic also.
Yep.
How many Hispanics have been killed in this country by law enforcement that they don't talk about?
No, they don't talk about that though.
But most of them will talk about it because some of them are illegal. Not all of them. But you don't see too many rising up against the law enforcement because most of them are here illegal in this country. Some of them, not all of them. But they got the right to be here just like anybody else. They work, they pay their taxes. But how many Hispanics, Spanish men, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, anybody from the south of the border, how many of them got killed also over the years and nobody's talking about it? They got a voice also. Nobody's talking about it. So here we are. Let me check my time. I don't say I'm gonna be on the hour.
More than that.
This my first broadcast, so I'm just speaking how I feel and how my community feel at the same time. And I'm gonna hit a few keynotes before I get off here. Hit a few keynotes before I get off here. And my keynotes. Hey, baby.
Hey.
You want something? You want to say something, folks? I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let Cherry say something what's on her mind. Come here. 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 Sit down. Sit down. Sit down, baby. This is my baby. Say what's up. Now you seen what we was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
You seen we talking about the Michael Brown case. We talking about the rioting in Ferguson, the looting.
Right.
We talking about Daryl Wilson, the police officer that killed Michael Brown. And what we did not talk about.
It's one more. I've been seeing a lot of articles, but I got to really picture one that I've seen. And it's all got to be police killing these black men. For no
We can talk about current events because this is my channel, and I'm going to continue talking about different issues. See, this is a social breakdown. Social breakdown is not talking about police killings and pointing the finger at the man.
And what about what the name? Jesse Jackson. Now he's something else.
What about Jesse?
He's just something else. He needs to do more than what he's doing. All he worried about getting money. Every time he have a little with that campaign, what he doing? Worried about somebody want some money for somebody for charity or something.
What you mean by that?
You really kill him.
What happened?
Huh?
What happened with this?
No, I don't know. I just heard that.
What you hear?
I just heard he was doing a campaign.
What campaign you doing? Where?
Out south somewhere. No, yeah, he was out south. No, he was at Ferguson, trying to go to Ferguson. And, matter of fact, I'm on something else now. I'm on something else. I seen an article a video on, he had went to Ferguson and got cussed out, treated by a lot of them down there telling him he needed to get from down there.
Hey, some of my audience members don't know what treated is.
I mean, I'm sorry. They was cussing them out. They know now. They know what that is. They was cussing him out because they feel that he not doing what he's supposed to do. He not no good person. All he do is want money. He just sitting there looking crazy, didn't know what to say, so he told his driver to pull off.
Wow.
I kind of really don't really like the man, really. It's because he's all the man want is money. That's all I feel he want is money. He shouldn't be like that. He need to worry about our country and our city and peoples and stuff. Stop worrying about money all the time.
I can relate to that. Now my thing is, this is gonna be the last my last talking point. What can we as a nation do to change police brutality issues that's affecting all of us, especially people of color? My first thing I would like to say is that there need to be more accountability. There's people that's way smarter than me, brilliant people with masters and PhDs that have been working for the government and police departments for years. They know exactly what needs to happen, but it needs to be more accountability. My first thing I would like to say is that internal affairs for each police department should never, ever, ever, ever investigate police shootings. How can it be impartial when they work for the same damn department? Maybe the same police officer is married or good friends with somebody working for internal affairs. How can it be an impartial or partial investigation if the same people that's investigating your best friend? I think also after a police shooting, it should be an outside source to investigate immediately after a shooting. It should be somebody from the State Police Department Bureau or the FBI or surrounding county that's not even part of the same local police department should investigate all police shootings that involve Shouldn't be the same police department. Um, I think rules of engagement, when it comes down to law enforcement, should be rewritten for modern age. Only thing gonna keep on happening if they keep on shooting people, you gonna create a race war, a race riot, looting, destruction. You're gonna create a bias toward police departments if we continue shooting African Americans.
I think some of these police gonna get killed too. If they keep killing us African Americans the way they do.
I think if my personal opinion, I think if police departments or the police officers continue doing these shootings, the people in the community that don't give two shits, don't got nothing, don't care no more, they might start taking their guns out and watching patrol cars come up the street and hitting unsuspecting police officers and they kill them.
Yep, exactly.
And kill them. And then they run off and they do the investigation, probably not find nobody.
And how we all feel about that?
Well, we ain't making no threats.
I know that. I'm just saying that.
We ain't making no threats. At least I'm not. I'm just saying that.
I'm not either. I'm just saying.
Well, it sounds like
I want no threat.
People watching it. I want people thinking that they can start messing in your ass. Anyway, if the same type of behavior keep on happening nationwide, potential stuff might start happening as a reaction. People might in their head say, if you do this to us, we're gonna do this to you. So they need to change. If not, if that did happen, the police gonna win anyway. They probably killing all sorts of African Americans.
Yeah.
It just don't make no sense. But at the end of the day, we need some type of healing. And from what I noticed and from the current situation I've seen and heard and all of the news reports and the new articles and evidence, I believe that the officer needs to be locked up. And hopefully the grand jury that's coming out next week will put this man in jail.
And let them out there and let them sit there for a while and let them realize.
No, he need to be locked up like anybody else that killed somebody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If somebody shot somebody in the streets, they need to do 20, 30 years.
Yeah, I'm saying in general, they use that people out quick. Police.
Yeah. But this needs to be a criminal investigation. This don't need to be no sweeping under the rug type shit. So that being said, y'all, my 3 key points: accountability, rules of engagement need to be changed when it comes down to dealing with people and mental health issues. I think internal affairs needs to be not any shooting in the country that happens don't need to be investigated by the same departments that the police officers are enforcing the law with. I think the FBI should get involved with a whole lot sooner than later. And I need another drink. This is our first little podcast, video blog. Like I said, accountability and take care of business. It is what it is. Y'all have a great day. Talk to y'all later. And we out of here. Peace out.